Just get everything out.
I'm
It's not loaded.
so curious to see what you brought.
You should see my room. It's actually abhorrent how many books I have. It's
Are they on the floor and stuff?
on the floor.
Love it.
Around the walls.
That's the best.
And I brought...
It's so inspiring when you got your little books.
Nothing makes me feel like how I feel when I'm in a library or a bookshop.
Where'd you get your books from?
All sorts. I'm addicted to the charity shop.
Yeah, man.
Like, that's the only thing. Honestly, if I could just have a life where I could just afford to just keep going to the charity shop, keep going
Oh my
to
God.
a chocolate croissant and a cup of tea, it's a good life.
That's what I mean. Because I think this year my New Year's resolution was to earn more money, but fuck it, maybe it's not.
Maybe it's to just buy books.
Should go into some of your books.
Okay, what do you want?
Just pretend I'm in your flat
Okay.
and you're showing me around
My
your
garden
books.
shed in my mum's house. Okay, this is my special book. A friend gave me this. Oh my God, the bloody...
Wow, is that your own blood?
Yeah. Oh, this is hilarious. This is when my nan worked in Debenhams, and my nan looked like Sophia Loren and Ingrid Bergman, and she must have wrote this for a man who was interested in her, and she was with my granddad. And she went, "As for me, I'm most grateful and humble, except the offer of half of your bed. But dear sir, I'm afraid if my husband found out, we would not be asleep but both dead."
Oh,
And that is a
God.
receipt, a Debenhams receipt when she worked in Dormer.
When did you find that?
I don't know. My nan, again, left a lot of mysteries and scraps and paper. She was a poet and she was a writer.
Wow.
And she was a very unusual woman. I mean, we were like telepathic. Like we could just... It was pure animal. Me and my nan could sit in a room in silence and not speak and just know. I think it made everyone jealous. But I mean, even this first page I wrote, and it's the opening line to the next film. Yeah. The meek shall inherit the earth.
Oh my God, that's so interesting because you're writing in prose.
Yeah, I always write in prose.
No
or
way.
random bits and pieces.
And what are they there?
This is, I think, probably when I was in an episode of Mania, and
Do you have those episodes of Mania? Like,
yeah.
do you? Right.
Yeah, I'm just coming down from a Mania, I feel. And I just was, I mean, I did this for hours.
Oh my gosh, so if you feel mania, do you also have phases where you feel really low?
Yeah. But I'm fine with it. You know, I feel like I've made peace with it. I think there's a time where I really did not like that within myself. But my mum, she calls me Lollychopper Long Stockings.
Oh, is that why you've got it in your Instagram? Yeah, cool.
She goes, Lollychopper Long Stockings, you've always been up here or down here, but you've never been here. And I've been like that since I was a child, you know, the mad half hours, I would just burst into like hysteria or crying and then just be like, you know, two-tone tonic, just like catatonic. And I feel really fine with that within myself now, that I think that's the only way my body can bridge between maybe being here, you know, existing, is that it's I think if you're a sensitive person, life can be you know, overwhelming. And I do think them feelings are absolutely neighbours, but my brain just gets confused, you know, that sometimes joy is complete sadness and sometimes sadness is joy. And my brain just slips. And my mum always says that your brain just sort of slips because they're neighbours, and that's okay. And I think, you know, oh look, this is probably perfect. Is there WD-40 for the heart and UHU glue for the mind?
Oh my God.
I love UHU glue. It smells so good. I do love a glue.
So wait, so you wrote those in a mania state? Like where you just write? Wow. And is it kind of like a diary, or is that still for your film, or what?
Well, these are just, I think, for my diary. I mean, what does this say?
That's so special.
It says, someone redacted, I'll say.
Yeah.
A stained glass of the mind. I never saw the saints in that way anyway. Redacted said, you don't dream in order to order, and although he's right, I'm a VIP of the nighttime world. I sleep to dream. It's as alive as my days, if not more eventful. He said AI is moving closer to dreams, yet so far away. And you don't order to dream. Well, you don't, but I do always. And I have, and my dream world invites me back. Miss Carmoon, our most loyal customer.
Wow, that's actually insane, Luna. That's part of like your stream of consciousness.
A beautiful picture of Anna.
Oh my God, let's have a look.
She's gorgeous. And her mum was from Croydon, which I love.
Wow, so cool. I'm obsessed with your notebook diary.
It's my, if you end up in this book, it's a privilege. I only write about certain people in here, and
people closer to you.
Yeah, I've got a list of soulmates that I've crossed down here that have taught me my biggest lessons. Oh. I'm a feeling person as opposed to a logic person.
I knew it.
I am. I am a metaphysical person. I'm not spiritual. Not spiritual in the terms of what it feels like now when you say the word spiritual. You know, and I'm not religious as such, but I'm
So what do you believe in? Do you believe in a God?
I believe in like the other. I believe that there are undercurrents, there are ley lines. I believe in, you know, science. I believe that everything that's ever happened is cats cradled on top of one another. I believe that future calls out to past, and that's why you get strong feelings and tetherings to people, because you already know, because it's already happened. That's something I say every time I make something, is that when everyone's stressed, I'm just like, what are we worried about? It's already happened. It's already made.
Where did you get that from? Am I right in saying this? Was your nan a psychic or something?
My nan was, yes, so I have Romani Gypsy, and my nan's mum.
So cool.
My nan's mum, she actually, from around this area, the East End, where she was situated, she was a psychic. She had 3 boobs. She had multiple affairs. When her man was out at war, she used to walk around with a man that was apparently so abhorrent to look at. People called him awful. She used to predict like cases, and she went to the police, and there was a missing girl, and she was like, "This is where you'll find her. This is," and they were just like, "She's on the game." Like, they took the piss out of her. They laughed at her, and she went, "Okay." Anyway, they went to these spots. They found everything. They found the girl's body, and then they came to her and they were like, "We want to work with you." And she laughed at them. She was like, "Piss off."
I swear to God, I've got a bit of that. Not with spirits. I haven't seen spirits, but I really want to. But just like feelings and stuff.
Yeah, I think you do. I think everyone has this kind of like element. Yeah, no, but I do.
I'm excited about this.
I really think they do. But I think you're just, you know, you learn to sort of squish it down.
When you're writing the film, let's say, do you know how artists, before they're going to do like an exhibition, they'll research and like they've got like a whole list of books that they're going to read for it. Do you have that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah?
I mean, I could show you pictures of what my desk and what it looked like, and it was, these are my pictures. I read African and Caribbean People in Britain by Hakim Adi. I reread The Lonely Londoners by Sam Selvin. I was reading Real to Real by Bell Hooks.
Oh.
And this book actually...
Brilliant.
I haven't finished it, but it's so interesting. Oh my God, it's absolutely filthy.
Oh my God, yes, I've seen this.
But I've been reading this, and there's a character in my film who... She has kind of journey with chickens, I'll just say. It's sort of a symbol in where she's at a thermometer. And there's this really beautiful part about thinking like a chicken, and how they're the most undervalued animals, and how they are treated, and just how much abuse, and like they likened like chickens to women in the way that you can't fly away, completely bred to reproduce and be just salvaged away from ourselves. And that it's just such a beautiful chapter.
Wow, this looks amazing. Let's have a look.
It's amazing, and I have not yet to finish it, but it's so weird. I sort of, what is it called? It's called like Bibliotheria or something. I'm probably like butchered that, but do you ever get a book and you just go, okay, where's my life right now? And you open it and you go like that, and you read the passage.
Yeah.
And when I was making this, and I had a really hard moment, and I just opened the page, and it was that page about the chickens, and it's why I bought myself this I buy myself something every time I finish a project, and this is my chicken foot because you'll see in the future. But it was really, someone sent me that passage, I felt like, when I needed it most, about how, I know that this may be controversial, but is something that I feel like in the current landscape of sort of feminism, or where we're at, is quite hard to sometimes understand or say, but sometimes all you ever have as a woman is yourself, but all you ever have sometimes is the ability to surrender. And then that sounds horrific, but sometimes that is all your body can do in certain situations. And I think surrendering as a woman is does not mean you're not fighting.
Yeah.
Does not mean you're surrendering to a person or to a situation, but in order for self-preservation, and I think to protect yourself in another way.
Yeah.
I think that's all you can do. Is so there's strength in surrendering, in that not everyone has the privilege to fight, or the energy to fight, and the luxury to fight, and that is your fight sometimes, is surrendering.
I love that you said that surrendering sometimes the most powerful thing we can do.
It is. I really think that, and it doesn't sound powerful, but when I look at some of the women in my life and the hardships that they've gone through, and they're the most resilient and bounce back, all of the women who've kind of surrendered to their circumstances that they've had no control of, in a way that has made me go, you cannot fight this fight sometimes. You don't always have the privilege, and more so than ever I think people are exhausted, and that gives me strength.
I tell you what, we do a sentence game on the pod.
Okay.
Where I say 2 sentences, right, and you say the first thing that comes to mind. Okay. So, the first one, I wonder what you're going to think of this, is by Robert Downey Jr.'s dad, who's a filmmaker. And he says, anyone can act, few can direct, and no one can write. Thoughts?
Few can direct healthily and thoughtfully. I think you have to be a particular person to direct, and not... you have to have a lot of care, and I think a good guilt complex, in order to create a really safe and nourishing and collaborative environment.
You know, there's this story where Martin Scorsese, whenever he would encounter a problem on set, there's a story where because he's into transcendental meditation, don't know if you heard of this, so he would literally go off to his trailer or whatever it is, close his eyes, do his transcendental meditation, and it would just come. I just love that.
I do call upon dead loved ones for sure, and when I'm stuck like that, I put my hand out, and I just imagine one of them is holding my hands, and I just go, I talk to Hecate. Hecate is the only thing that I talk to.
What's Hecate?
She's the goddess of the underworld.
Really?
And I have, every time I see the moon in the sky, it doesn't matter where I am, if I'm on the street, I'll get on my knees 3 times, and I will say this thing that just comes out of me, and it was 3-4 years ago, and I was like, I need something. I wish I had faith. I wish I had something. And all of a sudden it was just like that came to me. And Hecate is the thing that I call upon, and that I give parts of myself to her, and she gives me parts of me, and she is, I call her the light of plinth. I don't know what that means. It just comes from me. It just is the light of plinth.
No way.
And that I follow, that I command myself to, and I don't know why. I don't know where it came from, but she is a North Star somehow for me, and I don't think I could do anything without talking to that.
Oh my God.
I think it's important to have something.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. 100% agree. Okay, second sentence. By Agnes Varda. Okay, as soon as you begin a film and the idea begins to germinate, you enter into what I'd call a state of grace. Chance and I make the film together. I've got a feeling you're going to say yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it got me thinking about tiny budgets. When you've got tiny budgets, or does that, and that obviously limits you as to what you can do, does that push you into these moments where something unexpected or some magic can happen?
Completely.
Yeah.
I would never want to be in the realm of 100 million. Do you know?
Would you not?
I would actually love to adapt an anime.
Oh, cool.
I would really love to adapt an anime. That would be a dream. But other than that, I have no desire to work in that massive, because I do think it creates a laziness and a passivity, and I don't think electricity can happen in a passive environment. It can't, and it's like the weather, you know. You need these equators of warmth and coldness and these dips and these dives to really create something that has an essence. And as grueling as it was, I mean, on Hoard, the least setups we had was 31, the most was 34 a day. This film is the same. Everyone was like, this is unachievable. How much you're shooting in a day is unachievable. But I really, you know, the delusion got me through. And also knowing magic can happen in containment. What you get then is things change and they adapt in the way that they were always meant to be. And again, it's that surrendering thing, is you surrender to that and you get gifts, I think. And I think, yeah, absolutely agree with that.
Surrender to that and you get gift. Reminds me of like the 12-step program.
I need to read it.
Okay, so it's a lot about surrendering, because the premise is if someone's got a problem with drugs or alcohol, then it's like step 3, you accept a power greater than yourself, like you surrender to that power because your mind is ill.
Yeah.
So it's all about surrendering. That is the answer. And a lot of people, you know, sometimes they don't get clean because they hear that word surrender and they're like, I'm not giving up. Yeah. I'm not giving up. And it's like, it's not giving up. That's different to surrendering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come apart to become apart, I think.
Yeah. Shuffle them.
Okay.
And stick your energy into them, but really take your time with it.
God, as women, I think we always go to love, don't we?
Oh, are you going for love?
Well, no.
You was?
No, I was, but I think I'm not sure I believe in love anymore.
Oh gosh.
No, but not in a. I'm a positive nihilist. Like not in.
In what way then?
I find such like hope and faith in knowing that I'll be forgotten. I don't ever like to ask about long-term things or of complete a future, because I never forget Tien Tang in my in my year 5 class. He told me, never get your palm read. It's bad luck. So I only ever sort of ask for sort of like short-term things.
Right, because the love, would it be more of a long-term question?
No, I don't.
What is? Oh, I'm well nosy. Is it about? Are you in a relationship now?
No.
Okay.
I'm not.
Right. So.
But I feel.
Aww.
What is it? What's to come in spring? Maybe.
That's beautiful.
I think that top one is the one that I'm picking.
Okay, let's see what it says. Wow, man. It's it's saying free yourself from any bits of your life that are not happy, like let go of hurt or whatever it is. It's saying, again, the answer to your question means just go for the joyful answer. And it's saying let go of any fears and just please focus on joy.
Lovely. And it's got a dolphin on, and I've become quite interested in how dolphins communicate. They scan human bodies, and they're like crows, so they scan information, but they literally send sort of like images to each other.
Really?
Almost like blueprints of, I think they used to use them to help women give birth.
What? Mm-hmm. No
they
way.
They also gang sexually assault though, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. I know you told me just before, but how are you making it work financially? Because actually, we were talking about it with the Worms team, and we were like, out of literature... Now, do you think this? Out of literature, music, all the arts, I'd say film is the one where we really think, oh my God, if you don't come from money, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, and I think you'd be quite right in thinking that. I mean, the creative industry altogether, but I just think where we're at, we've been absolutely cannibalised by streaming services. Same as music. If you're nominated for prestigious things or you get accolades, oh my God, you're nominated for a BAFTA, you're winning. No one cares. Like, no one cares. Like, these systems just absolutely, and depending on what you want to make, if you want to make something with a soul or with an essence, even more grueling, it's... But it's totally worth it, because then you make something special and you make people feel seen, I hope, and you've not sold a part of your soul.
It's actually insane how well you've done.
I do find it very uncomfortable, and it makes me feel, often or not, when I go to events like that, I feel like I need a toxic jet wash.
Oh, really?
Like someone used to put me in some sort of toxic barrel, like dip me in like a popsicle and just like then wash me off until I'm just like bone basket. I really like unfiltered people.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
And I can be like that, like and not cruel and not blunt, and I don't know where it comes from, but if there's someone that I find atrocious as a person, I pay no heed, and I would just go, I don't want to talk to you, I don't like you, you're not my kind of person, and I just walk off. Like I never forget that I was at one of these film things and this girl came up to me and she's like, oh my god, don't you just fucking hate it when your parents only give you like $1 million or $2 million to like buy your first house? And I went, don't have that fucking problem, bruv.
Well done.
I walked off.
One of the scariest things for me in a person is if they're polite. I always say that, like, that to me is what scares me the most in someone. Even in friends, as soon as they're polite, it's, even if someone like is, if they're a bit rude, or I love it because it's like you get what you see. You get what you see. They're not slagging you off when you walk off. You get what you see. It's the one last one that you like dying to talk about.
Maybe just this one because it's more of a
I love the cover on that one.
And this is about Robert Helpman, who is most famously known as the child catcher in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I think for me, even in the film that I've just done, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang always comes back to me because I've always felt that there was an unearthliness and a strangeness to that story, and not just him because of what he represents, but it was the first time I understood the sort of why something felt strange to me, and it was how he moved and, like, you know, his little chantilets and things that he had on him. When he stopped moving and they stopped moving, they still jingled, and it created this, you know, I disassociate a lot, and it created this understanding where I was like, oh, I understand why this thing unnerves me and why I'm attracted to it and spellbinded by it, but also disturbed, but yet draws me in like he does with the children in the film. And I think, there's some really beautiful illustrations of him and
God, that
photographs,
cover is
and it's
stunning.
Yeah, and there's just so many beautiful, you know.
Oh, I love your book selection.
I'm like, you need to come around my house and
please.
see my room.
You need to come to mine.
Please.
Basically, we're done, by the way. Thank you very much. I'm living in Portugal, and I come here for work. I've been flying a lot, like every week or every 2 weeks, and staying with my mate. But if you ever want a holiday in Portugal, I know you've just met me, but like, just trust you. If you feel like a holiday, my parents have this spare flat. You can literally just go to Portugal and like see my books and chill out, and I won't harass you all the time. You can have peace and quiet and write, and then we can go to the beach in the evenings.
Let's do that.
Please. I'd love that.
I'm very much, again, it's that card of, that's what I want this year, is just to find people and I had a feeling, I was like, I have to come today. I was so tired and I was like, no, you have to come. I had a feeling I had to come.
Oh my God, I was hoping you'd have a feeling because I knew you were like mystical vibes. I was like, I hope you get brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.